So maybe you can all start to briefly introduce yourself. What's your name and what's your position within Kituo? Maybe Faith can start.
I'm Faith Rotich, a lawyer at Kituo Cha Sheria in the legal aid department.
I'm Edigah, Kavulavu, lawyer at Kituo Cha Sheria, also at the legal aid department.
Bemih Kanyonge, Kituo Cha Sheria.
Simon Kimondolo, advocate, lawyer, Kituo Cha Sheria, legal aid department.
And earlier you were talking about land disputes and landlord-tenant disputes that Kituo often assists in. Can you tell a bit more about these, perhaps?
A lot of times we have tenants, mostly from the informal settlements, who are fearing eviction or have already been evicted. And the problem is usually that many times they don't have tenancy agreements. Nothing is usually written down, and they evicted. And I think Bemih can tell us more about those evictions.
Actually, the evictions are really sad in some instances, because you find that you go to work, for example, and coming back in the evening you find a huge padlock at your door, or you find that there is no door, or that the landlord has even gone to the extent of removing the roof to your house, therefore leaving you with no choice but to look for alternative housing. Many a times evictions happen in the middle of the night. Therefore the children cannot sleep, they cannot go to school, they cannot do homework. So it becomes so difficult even for other rights like the right to education. So it really affects residents.
And can you maybe tell something about the way in which Kituo supports these people?
You find that most of these people are being evicted are poor people, and most of the times they don't know how to seek legal advice. And as Kituo, you always chip in to give them the legal advice.
In addition to that, when they come to us, in addition to the legal advice, we also try to seek their rights to be reinstated. If at all they were not given a notice, we demand for them to be given a notice. If at all something like the roof was removed, we demand for the roof to be restored.
We usually have these matters filed at the rent tribunal, and as the lawyers or advocates for those clients, usually give them the advice and as well the presentation in the rent tribunal, or we as well draft for them those pleadings, because they're usually complex. You have to attach the documents supporting them and the pleadings themselves, writing them down and giving them the procedure on how to go about the court process in getting back their rights.
Yeah, but also we are aware of the fact that more often than not we're always aware of the kind of strain to the landlord-tenant relationships that can result whenever cases end up in court. So as a first line of trying to sort out the issues, we always try and see whether such issues can be sorted out amicably, and therefore during such situations we try and see whether we can get both parties together. Probably you find that there has been rent arrears has accrued over a long period of time, so we try and see how the landlord can get into a payment, a comfortable payment during that period that will not infringe on their rights, and also that will also put into consideration the rights of the landlord to collect rent from them, because we understand the rigors that go into a court process, because more often than not the relationship is never the same again, and for the comfort of our clients, then we always see how we can resolve this without recourse to the legal process.
We also conduct legal education through legal aid clinics, particularly to the communities, those informal settlements, whereby we educate most of the people about their rights in eviction, and also we also educate the landlords. If at all they have to evict, if at all they have to reach to a point of evicting, what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to give a notice. They are supposed to also afford the tenant a right to be paid, and also the right even to pay. That's all you can pay.
Yes. Just probably not more. landlord has said is we have radio shows whereby we highlight these tenants with the rights, and also the landlords with the rights and duties.
Okay.
Maybe something I would add on it is that Kituo Cha Sheria is a change organization, and therefore whatever actions that we take for our clients is mainly geared towards creating jurisprudence, creating avenues where such violations will not keep taking place. And therefore every time, for example, that we go to court, like right now we have a new right under the new constitution, the right to housing. Many times this is a right that you could never really find, you could never secure housing, ask for such a right either from government or private individuals. But then we, informed by what has been happening in our country, therefore I think it was seen as very important to have such a right. And therefore every time we go to court, one of our aims is not only to have a win for the litigants, especially our clients, but is also to have the court look at the issues in dispute from a holistic point of view, where any utterances, any judgments or rulings or decisions they come up with are meant to benefit future incidences, make resolution of future incidences easier based on declarations made by the courts.